Morning guys, welcome back to the channel. Okay, so this is my Yamaha Pacifica 812W. I bought this guitar for about £500 about 28 years ago, and in this video we're going to talk about the features and the specs of this guitar and why after all this time it is still actually my main guitar as a pro gigging musician, why it's the guitar that I always use as my main guitar for everything that I need to do. Before we start, this channel explores my journey as a pro music teacher and musician on guitar, drums and bass. So if you like the idea of following my adventures, then hit the like button and subscribe for more content. We'll be looking at reviews, my stories in terms of my activities on a daily basis. So here is the Yamaha Pacifica 812W. It's what you might call a super strat. So humbucking pickup in the bridge position and two single coils in the neck position. Very highly featured guitar this. Now obviously the Yamaha Pacifica range is often touted as a beginner line of guitars, and yeah, for sure, I mean they do cheaper instruments. I think the lower down the numbers, the cheaper they are, so 112, 212, etc, etc. Now back in the 90s when I actually bought this, the 812 was one of the two top spec guitars in the line, and at £500 it was up against the USA Strat guitars of that level, so it is by no means a beginner instrument. That said, they don't have the kudos that the branded instruments like Fender, etc. might have, but to me this is more guitar, for what I do at least, than a lot far more expensive instruments. So the specs on it, for a start, it's got Seymour Duncan pickups. It has a Wilkinson floating trem, which goes up and down, and it has Wilkinson locking tuners there. Okay, you can see the actual writing of the guitar is actually faded, but there's the Pacifica 812 logo. Now, over the years, what have I had done to this? It's probably had a new bridge. In fact, it's definitely had a new bridge because of gigging it so much, it actually started to tarnish. I've also had a coil tap put in, which means we can take the bridge pickup into single coil mode. So we'll have a listen to how that sounds later. But ultimately, it's a very, very well put together guitar. Beautiful piece of wood, don't even know what it's made of. Got a nice maple cap. People always comment on how nice it looks. The neck is really, really thin and smooth. And I've had this set up a few times by my local luthier, and it plays really superbly. So I suppose you would want to see how this compares to a Fender Strat. So this is the clean sound in the bridge pickup. So as you can see, nice and mellow. This is with volume and tone full up. As I roll back the volume or roll back the tone, it's quite mellow. I did also have a treble bleed circuit put on this actually. Now, so for those of you who don't know what a treble bleed circuit is, on the volume control, often on guitars when you drop the volume, you actually lose the treble content of the sound as well. So as well as the coil tap, I've also had that put on, so as you turn down, the treble content of the sound actually stays there. Okay, so that's the bridge pickup clean. It's got a 5-way pickup selector. Here we are on the two single coils. Which also sounds pretty nice. The split position here, sort of for you. Sort of your not flourish type sounds. And then when we get onto the humbucker, this is where it kind of differs from the traditional Strat, whilst you normally have a single coil there. So here we are in single coil mode. And I would say that compared with a normal Strat, a USA Strat for example, it's probably a little bit thinner, but that's because it's a coil tap humbucker, I think. If we go into full humbucking mode, it's really powerful. It actually sounds very Gibson-like, Gibson Les Paul-like. Honestly guys, it plays really beautifully, this. Completely rock solid tuning. Never goes out of tune. Perfect. Okay, so let's put some drive on. Sounds all right. Playing's a bit sloppy. It's not a playing demo, it's a sound demo. Right, okay, so here we are. So that's neck pickup, distorted, that's both single coils, which is a great rhythm sound. Here's the in-between position in single coil. Here's the bridge in single coil. And here's the bridge in humbucker mode. Okay. So, I suppose it's not a full sound test exclusively. I mean, there's plenty of those on the internet of all sorts of guitars. All we've got here is just me playing through my Sansamp fly rig into my little studio monitors, and it's just being picked up by the mic on the camera and the mic with me. So it just gives you an indication of what it actually sounds like in the room. So, what would I use this for? Well, everything. If I play guitar in a live situation, it's going to be in a function band or a covers band usually. So we need to cover everything from the likes of your 70s disco through to a bit of punk, a bit of pop, and then the modern anthems like Mr. Brightside and so on and so forth. And to be quite frank, this guitar does absolutely everything. Where it doesn't have the sound is it doesn't have a humbucker in the neck position. But that's it, essentially. That's what you're lacking, but you can get any sound you need with a basic amp and pedal board setup, and it does the job every time. The other good thing about it though is how reliable and solid it is. Obviously, as I've said already, it's got quality hardware and pickups on it, so Seymour Duncan Pickups. The Wilkinson Hardware is really, really nice, it's really solid. And the wiring, yeah, okay, so I've had the coil tap put on it, which wasn't standard, though I believe on the higher end Pacificas now, you do actually get that. And I've had the treble bleed put on. Thing about the treble bleed is I can be playing chords there, and I can actually roll the volume back. It cleans up. We don't lose the treble. So I've actually played loads of gigs with just a simple low-powered valve amp. So I'll set it up to be driven to my solo volume, and then I can actually clean it up. And we can just go straight into. And that's that's actually with my drive channel set. So, what would I change? Well, to be honest, probably nothing. The other beauty of it is that because it only cost me 500 quid, it's probably only worth about 300 quid now. And I can take this anywhere, get pro level sounds and pro level reliability, do a pro level job with it, but actually not worry about it breaking particularly. I have been through so many other guitars and always come back to this one. And students often say to me, or people generally, oh, why don't you have more expensive guitars, Chris? It's your job. Well, yeah, but it is. But this is the tool for the job. I would highly recommend any of the Yamaha Pacifica lineup. The higher up you go, the more features you get, and the more fancy finishes you perhaps get. Ultimately, this one, for me at least, is the perfect guitar. And I've got no reason to actually do anything different or use anything different. So, guys, I hope you found that interesting. I thought it might be a different take on what musicians might actually use, and the value that I see in this seemingly affordable and simple instrument. I mean, you guys have seen it on my shorts and my reels already, so you know how good it sounds. But there we essentially are. So, thanks very much for watching. Fire up any comments, ask me any questions. If you want to see any more sounds or whatever, just put something in the comment and I'll see what I can do. And if you've liked the video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of my life as a working music teacher and musician. Cheers for now, guys.